Alright, I'm down to the last 21 tiles. And then I've just got to find a way to get this glue off. Maybe I should have got the tiles and the glue off at the same time, but we'll live and learn. So 21 tiles to go. A bit of a project update. We have this room probably as clean as I'm going to get it. The sanding of these roof timbers left a lot of dust and muck, and it was very hard to clean up. I've just given it a really wet scrub. Took a couple of hours. You can see the bit of residue of that left on the walls. Hopefully it's not that thick that the paint won't just go over it. So that's where we're at today. So as you clean walls, you realise there's patches you haven't quite fixed yet. I'm getting to the stage now where that's quite a bad one there. So I might fix that. I'll have to wait for the walls to dry. There's some that haven't been tuned up properly. My patches in the ceiling, I've put some undercoat over, and that one came up all right. If you didn't know it was there, you'd probably not know it was there. There's another one there, they've been undercoated. I've put a piece of cardboard in where the air conditioning vents were. Now that one needs a lot of sanding. There was a lot of glue applied to that, which had to be cut out. I'm probably going to prep this room for painting. I've cut pieces of ply to fit in these door and window gaps. So yeah, my job for today, I'll probably prep this room. The walls are pretty clean. I did wash all these rooms. It was only the room where the sanding took place. It was really filthy. So I'm probably going to prep 2 bedrooms up, and I'll start on those because they'll be the easier ones to spray. I'll probably do this one as well. I've done some undercoating here, but I need to finish that cornice, make that right, and then I can prep this room for painting as well. So I'll have 4 reasonably big rooms ready. Alright, so I just went over these existing painted walls just with the orbital sander just to give them a bit of a rough up for the paint to stick to. Seemed to work. Alright, there's some minor cracks in the cornices. I'm just going to go around with my smoothing finger. You never know what's in this crap, so I always put some plastic over my finger, and I'm going to just do these where they're cracked. It's a cold and grey Perth afternoon. What I'm going to do, so I've got these rooms nearly ready for painting. I've got everything masked up. I've got boards cut to go over the windows. I will mask up these edges. And what I'm going to do is just go around and vacuum everything. I don't want to be painting over spider webs. So even though I've swept and everything, there's still a lot of dust around, which is going to get in the way. So I'm just going to vacuum the cornices, make sure we got rid of all those spider webs.
G'day everybody, welcome back to No Inches DIY. Today we're continuing the renovation project, and we're just masking up all the windows for the painting.
Alright, so this plastic product that covers the windows was quite easy to use. I wish I hadn't buggerised around with putting ply boards over the windows. So we just kept going through the house, used this plastic wherever we could. It was a bit hard to stick onto the bricks, but we got it done, and we didn't end up with any paint on the bricks. Went through the whole house, did it. Turned out alright. Okay, so I've got the unit out of the box, connected up all the hoses, read the instructions. Now one thing it said is that this might contain oil, so run some water through it first. And the people who are watching the internet ran water through it first, just to check that they have it all set up properly. So this says if you do see any oil in there, you got to wash it out with a bit of soapy water. So I can do that. I have soap, I have water. So this button here locks it. Use no use for safety. So there's a lever here. It's got the balloon that's in the prime position. The pressure here, high, low and prime or clean, and another setting for roller. You can get a roller attachment for this that just pumps paint into your roller. So what we're going to do is turn her on. Alright, there's no bubble. Alright, and this shows me I've got a leak here, which I'll have to tighten up. I've got paint coming out. If I go over to the window and spray, I should be able to see. Alright, so we've got a leak there, so I'm shutting out. I'll get rid of all that pressure. I'll tighten that leak. It's definitely leaking from this one. We'll try that again. So that stops when it's up to pressure and pumps when it's on pressure. Now I've got that on a low pressure setting. And apparently when you go too low, you get a thick band of paint at the top and the bottom and marginal coverage in the middle. So if I just go up a bit, well that setting's on prime and clean. So right. Now I've just sprayed on the window here. Is it oily or not? I cannot tell. So it's set to hold this 30, 25 centimetres away from the work and perpendicular. That looks like a good even coverage. So this is water with no viscosity, so it looked fairly even. So I've just got and I'm not seeing any oil in there either, so it might have already come out. So that appears to work quite well. Now I've got to work out how to get all this water out and get the paint in. I acquired a Rota Cota spray gun today, or much earlier, and today I've used it for the first time. I didn't record any of it, but I have painted quite a bit of the house. I've used 2 buckets of paint, which is about $500 worth of paint. These I'm going to just replace with clear core flute, so I just painted over them. The masking up wasn't a great success, but hopefully a little bit like that. Hopefully that'll scrub off. This is the first room I did. Looks relatively okay. As you go, if you get a run, you're supposed to have someone following you with a technology called a roller. I didn't have that. But the rooms I've done look relatively good, relatively happy. So I've painted the ceiling and all the beams in here. First coat, looks all right. My masking up did a reasonable job in here, although I didn't mask up all the doors because you still need ventilation and access to the rooms. So I've left the bottom half of this room unpainted. I'll get back to that tomorrow. So I should be able to fully coat everything and do the bottom of this room tomorrow. And I didn't do around that door because I forgot to mask it.